She's looking a bit rough, but we got that anchor back. Nice. Just filled up, ready to go. Florida. There she is, the wreck. Look, gnarly. Heading offshore, leaving Charleston right now. Should be about 2 days at sea. Should be fun. How's it going?
Good. It kind of feels like some of that vibration is like in the steering. Whenever I turn toward a certain amount, it starts like rubbing.
Yeah, I think some of it's to do with the steering quadrant.
Yeah.
Like
is it just the cables?
Like the cable's just rubbing on them.
On themselves?
On the quadrant. I don't know. I'm sailing along at like 8 knots.
Yeah.
Waves are pretty big, about 3 feet. But we're going with it, so it's not too bad.
It's feeling like thuds and like groans right through.
Yeah. I'll check. Could be something with the rudder. The steering looks okay. It's definitely got a lot to do with how much we're working against it, pushing the port. We're gonna check a lot of stuff over when we get to Florida.
Yeah.
But if something can go wrong, it will. I've already thought in my head ways to make a makeshift rudder. Oh, what?
Said I was getting a little queasy down there by the end.
Yeah. When I wasn't steering, I was getting pretty ill.
Feels a lot worse down there than it does out here, though.
Yeah. It is currently 4:44 a.m. and it's been a really long night. The waves have been crazy tonight. It's really dark, can't see a thing, so we'll see you at sunrise. We survived the night. There's the sunrise. Sunrise. Woo! I calmed down a lot in the AM and it got really nice. I was able to leave the autopilot on all night.
Usually we can leave the autopilot on all night, but we had to hand steer most of it. It's exhausting.
You gotta work though. been a while later.
Yeah. Feels like the wind just picked back up again.
There you go, like high 5s, 6'5".
Nice. Is that satisfactory?
Audrey's putting on the sail cover. We just docked here. We made it. I don't know if you can see me. We made it to Jacksonville, pretty much. This is one of the free docks here. Jacksonville has so many free city docks. You can stay on this for up to 3 days, every 30 days. So it's where we're gonna call home tonight.
Calcifer is so very upset that he's not outside. Right?
Calcifer's so mad. That was a really long passage, almost 200 miles. How do you feel about it?
I'm pretty proud of us, if I'm honest. Like, it was a pretty sketch at some points, but we stayed relatively calm and we rode it out and we did it.
Yeah, last night at this time, it was incredibly sketchy. Waves were huge.
My favorite part is just like putting the rail in the water and just like feeling the vibration of the entire boat. You're just like,
She did good.
It's just a whole different thing to feel the thing that you're putting all your trust and your safety in. Just like,
Especially since we glued the boat back together.
yeah, especially since
We did all the
exactly what this boat is.
Yeah, we know who built it from the ground up, and that was us.
Well, that's the other thing. It's like if it falls apart or something, like there's nobody else to blame.
If anyone can tell me why it randomly smells like toast in Jacksonville, I would love to know. It's like good toast, like English muffins. Anyway, we are in Jacksonville now, on one of their free docks. We've been here for so long. One of the first things that we had to do once we got here was fix our anchor, because as you know, the whole situation with the shipwreck. See, this is the kind of stuff that we chopped off. One of the strands got almost completely worn through. I filmed this like a week ago, but we had some issues with the camera, so I lost a bunch of that footage, so I've kind of pieced together what we have.
Oh, Calcifer, you fell in.
This'll crack. Worst doggy paddle you've ever seen. But he did a good job. He kept swimming away from me like he didn't know how to turn around. He only knew how to swim in one direction.
His nose forward, that's it.
Yeah. At least it's warm today.
Yeah.
At least it's warm.
I put him right in the sun, let him dry off.
After we pulled Calcifer out of the water, now we're gonna do our splice. Our anchor rod is 3-strand nylon, which makes the splicing process pretty simple. The basic concept is similar to weaving, over one strand and under the next. The hardest part is identifying which strands go where, and I don't really have a good trick for that. I just kind of do it intuitively. I'm using a marlin spike here to help me push my working strand through the twist in the rod. and then I pull it through and tighten it down, and then I'll do the exact same thing with the remaining 2 strands. Here I'm just straightening out the chain at the eye of the splice so that it'll pass through our windlass teeth properly. We don't want it to get jammed when we're trying to raise or lower our anchor. Hopefully here you can see that over-under concept a bit better. Here we're going over that strand and under the next one right there. Okay, I've come to the conclusion that part of the reason why this looked so messed up in the first place is because A, these strands keep unraveling so it looks like spaghetti, and B, it doesn't fit through the chain very well. So I've gotten the first pass of all of my strands through. Looks something like that. It looks a little rough right now, but once I tighten it with the marlin spike and once I get a couple more passes through, it should start to look more normal. After the second pass, it's starting to look a little better. This is before I've tightened it down at all as well. So I'm gonna take this tape off and then I'm gonna keep on splicing. That's gonna be just like a total crotch shot, so no. Gotten multiple passes done. Looks a lot better. Gonna look a little something like that. It's not perfect. I don't love how this top part looks, but it is what it is because of the way that chain is. Now I'm gonna go through and tighten it with my marlin spike and by pulling each of these little individual strands. So it's gonna look a little something like that. Next thing we have to do is cut off these little guys. I'm gonna cut those, and then we will burn. The anchor is now fixed. That looks good. We will be in Jacksonville for the foreseeable future. We do want to move again soon, whether that's to an anchorage here or further down. We don't know yet, but we'll see you guys then.
Good morning, Calcifer. Wow, I need to just get into it. Anyways. For you, Audrey, if you're editing this. Today's job is changing the inner tube on the folding bike I got. I got this e-bike a couple months ago. It was sent to me, and this is where it's been living on the boat ever since. Good spot for it. I thought it was going to be over there. Ended up over here. We got to change this inner tube because we went for a ride recently and ended up popping it. So that happened last week.
So we hit like a shrub or a thorn or something. So we have to fix the bike. Our chariot has fallen.
Completely flat. We gotta fix a flat. See how it's like coming out of there?
Yeah, it's coming out of the side. Why is it doing that?
Yes, we filled it up and the tube exploded or something.
Is it supposed to do that?
Not that much.
Okay. It just keeps coming out. Did you overfill it?
Well, now it's, the big problem is it is popped out of that side how it was, you know?
Yeah, well it's like that on both sides. Walking?
Come on, Gwen.
Walking back.
I ordered some self-sealing tubes because I tried to put some sealant in it after it popped, but I guess the gash was a little too big and it just went everywhere. First order of business is to get this bike outside so we can work on it, and then try to get the back tire off. The tire that popped was the back tire, and that's more difficult because it's got the motor, more wires, it's got more going on it, so let's see if we can get it off, change the tube. Of course we can. What are you doing? There's a bug right there. He's really having fun with that bug. Well, I've got the bike out, absolutely covered myself in grease, and I had some questions about how I charge this bike on the boat. You just take the battery out, put the key in, unlock it, and then the battery should slide out. Let's bring it back inside. There's the charge port, and I've got a solar panel right here. It's going to this battery right now. Got the charger. Just plug that in, and it's recommended to plug this end in first, and then plug this end into power. But the inverter's not even on, so it doesn't matter. Turn the inverter on. Light, green, red, charging. We're using 164.3 watts to charge this battery right now. And then I'll just plug the solar panels in. There we go. We're all plugged in. We're getting 34 watts right now. The sun's behind a cloud. We'll leave that charging. Grab one of these and some tools. We'll change that tire. I haven't owned a bike in a long time, so haven't had to change a tube or a tire in a long time. Let's see how this works. It's got the motor here, so we're gonna have wires. We have the chain and we have brakes. So we might have to take some brakes off. We might have to take the chain off. I know we have to unplug this wire just by looking at it. I might have to cut the zip ties. Take these nuts off. I think that's it. So that should come up. We'll see. We'll see if it's actually that easy. You got a little tan.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, on your back.
How's it going?
You got the bike out.
I see.
It's gonna be a process for...
You take off the wheel and everything?
Yeah, take everything off, so it'll be a pain. Actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. That was easy, right, Calcifer? Oh yeah. So here is the electric motor and the flat tire. So this part's easy. I've done this before on motorcycles. Nice. So the pop is right there. You see that's cut right there. Lovely. Overall, the tire seems to be in good shape. It is punctured somewhere. Oh, great thing about this is like, you hear that? It's full of slime. I think it does help to slightly inflate them too. Alright, so I don't have a normal tire inflator. What we've got is a inflator from Harbor Freight. And we'll plug that into the battery there. What are you doing in the kitchen? I'm supposed to be up there. Trust the pressure gauge on that, so I'm just gonna install it with a little squish and then we'll get an actual gauge. Let's put it back on the bike. That should be just as easy, just like that. Alright, bolt it back down and make sure everything's good before we give it a nice little test ride. Looks like the battery's almost charged. Audrey's done with yoga, she's playing games now.
I just wanna win.
We've been getting a lot of packages this way. Amazon market. New oil pressure sensor for the boat. Huh? Hmm? What?
Nothing.
What?
I didn't say anything.
When did you say?
What?
What?
I didn't say anything.
What?
What? Why are you asking me what?
What did you say?
Why are you listening to the GoPro? It's time to go.